Jake Paul is about to fight Anthony Joshua, and whether you love him or hate him, he's already won. While real boxers struggle to get paid, this YouTuber is making millions. And if you're trying to build anything, a business, a brand, a side hustle, you need to understand how he's doing it. If you're new here, I'm Andy and I make self-improvement content. I also share stories about individuals just in case there's things that you might learn from them so that you can implement it into your strategies and goals. At the time of this recording, Jake Paul is set to fight Anthony Joshua in a super fight at the end of December. I'm a boxing fan, but this channel is all about learning things. And Jake Paul has made it this far and done what he's done that a lot of boxers can't do. He's a businessman being a boxer, not a boxer being a businessman. So what can we learn from him as normal people? And to be fair, professional boxers should be learning from him as well, because he's getting the big fights and earning a lot of money without being that great of a fighter. Lesson 1, be polarizing. The first thing we can learn from Jake Paul is this: if you're creating a personal brand, you can't just be average. You have to be polarizing. If you generally want to earn a lot of money and to be known, you have to be one way or another, liked or disliked. Boxing is a prime example. Boxers don't earn money like footballers or basketball players with set wages. It's pay-per-view fees, ticket sales, sanctioning fees, all these type of things. The more popular someone is, the more money that's involved and the more opportunities that they get. Look at the UK recently with the Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. fights. Those fights were in front of 70,000 people, and those two guys aren't even the best. Chris Eubank Jr. has never been a proper world champion, but they managed to sell out those fights twice. Admittedly, it helped that their fathers had a massive rivalry back in the day, and were a lot better than these two guys. Maybe these two are only 25% of their fathers, but Chris Eubank Jr. got the hype going by cracking an egg on Conor Benn's face, and he got things going massively. But back to Jake Paul, he's obviously polarizing for a negative effect within the sporting world. There's a lot of hate for him in the boxing world, and even in the YouTube world it's mixed. He's brought in fans who respect him, but there's a lot that hate him. So there's going to be a lot of people tuning in this December to see him get knocked out hard. And for him, that's a positive, because he's getting the views. He wants to break records. All this money is coming in. He needs these viewers to tune in. By being polarizing in a negative way, he gets fans who actually like him coming in to see if he can win and knock out Anthony Joshua. But he also gets the whole boxing community and pretty much the whole sporting community who don't like these influencers coming over and making a mockery of professional athletes and sports. They're going to tune in to see him get knocked the spark out. All these people are coming in to watch, and that's why it's going to be one of the biggest fights ever. That's how he's managed to do it, by being really polarizing. Obviously, you need thick skin if you take this tactic into your own personal branding, because you will get a lot of hate comments along the way, but he seems able to take it. If you enjoyed this video so far, please do subscribe. There'll be plenty more like this in the coming weeks. Thank you. The second thing we can learn from Jake Paul is that he's different. He hasn't come in and done the same old thing that other boxers have done. He hasn't tried to get through the ranks, fighting people the traditional way and getting a promoter, fighting for the area title, the regional title, and then going for a world title through the ranking system. He hasn't done any of that. He's been doing his own thing. He's created his own matchups, designed his own promotional company, and created his own fights with people who have had big names, but who he knew he could beat. And he's created these events. Boxing's been so traditional, you've always had a promoter, you've always needed that promoter, and you could never really do it yourself. But Jake Paul has come into the professional game and proved you can do it yourself. So how can we take this into our own goals? What can we learn from this? If you're doing content like I am, or if you're building a personal brand, if you're trying to be a content creator, try to be a little bit different. Don't just do the same and the norm. Don't just follow what other people have done in the past. Yes, you can follow their lead because success leaves clues, but try to be different. Try to reinvent, renovate, and go down your own path. Go down the path of success, but do it slightly differently. Lesson 3, be brave and take calculated risks. The third thing we can learn from Jake Paul, no matter what you think about him, whether you hate him, think he's a prick, or you like him, one thing you can't deny is his bravery. Think about it. He was just a YouTuber, a skinny kid who laced up some gloves and started boxing. Even just boxing these guys who came over from MMA, retired fighters, it's still brave. You wouldn't see me getting in the ring with an MMA fighter. You wouldn't see me getting in the ring with any type of guy, if I'm honest with you. And you definitely wouldn't see me getting in the ring with Anthony Joshua. You cannot knock him for his bravery. What he's done is take risks and go for it. And he's willing to look like an idiot whilst taking these risks. So the third and final thing we can learn is this. We should be taking risks with our goals, with our movements. Calculated risks, obviously. Look at how he's matched up his fights. He's taken risks with people he's fought, but they're calculated. He wasn't fighting people in their prime. Mike Tyson definitely wasn't in his prime. So he's taking calculated risks, but he's still taking risks regardless. So we need to do the same. If you want to learn from him, you can take calculated risks on your journey. Maybe it's having a controversial take in a video or a controversial point of view. Maybe it's going down a lane that you're not sure of, but take those risks. Thank you for watching. Here's a video that YouTube thinks you might be interested in. I'll see you there.